Welcome to Brainwave Broadcast. Ever wondered what happens when curiosity meets discovery? Whether you're here to uncover hidden secrets, learn something new, or simply dive into the unexpected, you're in the right place. Today we're exploring something that might just change the way you see the world. Ready to find out more? Let's get started. The concept of connecting with the deceased has long been a topic of intrigue, skepticism, and debate. While some dismiss it as mere invention or wishful thinking, others, including scientists who have investigated near-death experiences, NDEs, argue that there may be more to it than meets the eye. Imagine a realm where the boundaries between life and death dissolve, where individuals return from the brink of death with memories and experiences that defy scientific explanation. These accounts have even left the most skeptical researchers questioning their assumptions about the nature of reality, consciousness, and what lies beyond. Scientists who have dedicated their careers to studying the brain and consciousness have encountered phenomena that challenge conventional understanding. Among the most compelling evidence are the testimonies of individuals who have survived clinical death. These individuals often report encounters with deceased relatives, out-of-body experiences, and journeys to indescribable realms. These accounts have sparked new questions about the nature of reality and the possibility that consciousness may exist independently of the physical body. One of the leading figures in this field is Dr. Bruce Grayson, a psychiatrist who has spent over 50 years studying near-death experiences. Grayson, initially a staunch believer in scientific rigor, found his perspective profoundly altered after encountering a case that defied all logical explanation. Early in his career, while working in an emergency room, he treated a young woman named Holly who had attempted suicide. Holly was unconscious and in critical condition, but when she regained consciousness, she described in vivid detail a conversation Grayson had with her friend in another room. A conversation she could not have physically witnessed. Even more astonishingly, she mentioned a stain on Grayson's tie, a detail he had concealed and that no one else could have known. This experience left Grayson deeply unsettled and marked the beginning of his lifelong exploration of NDEs. Grayson's research led him to collect over 1,000 accounts from individuals who had experienced clinical death. These stories often shared striking similarities. A sense of leaving the body, moving through a dark tunnel, encountering a bright light, and reliving past memories with extraordinary clarity. Many also reported meeting deceased loved ones or feeling an overwhelming sense of peace and understanding. One such case involved a firefighter named Bill, who was declared dead after a traumatic accident. Bill described leaving his body, observing the rescue efforts from above, and encountering his deceased father, who urged him to return to life. This experience, which Bill described as more real than reality itself, profoundly changed his perspective on life and death. Despite the consistency of these accounts, many who experience NDEs remain reluctant to share their stories. Fear of ridicule, concerns about professional reputation, and the deeply personal nature of the experience often lead individuals to keep their encounters private. Some even struggle with the emotional aftermath, feeling disconnected from the mundane realities of life after glimpsing what they describe as a more profound existence. Grayson's work raises a critical question. If consciousness is merely a product of the brain, why does it appear to become sharper and more vivid when the brain ceases to function? This paradox challenges the traditional scientific view that consciousness is confined to neural activity. Instead, it suggests that consciousness may exist independently of the physical body, hinting at the possibility of an afterlife or continuation of existence beyond death. While these accounts are not definitive proof of life after death, they open the door to new possibilities and questions about the nature of consciousness, reality, and what lies beyond the boundaries of our current understanding. Whether these experiences are glimpses into another realm or manifestations of the brain's final moments, they undeniably transform those who undergo them and challenge us to reconsider what it means to be alive and what might await us after death. The implications of this research are profound. If consciousness can exist independently of the brain, it could revolutionize our understanding of life, death, and the human experience. It could also provide comfort to those grappling with the loss of loved ones, offering a glimpse of hope that death may not be the end, but rather a transition to another state of being. As scientists continue to explore these phenomena, they are faced with the challenge of reconciling these experiences with the laws of physics and biology. Some theories suggest that consciousness may be a fundamental aspect of the universe, akin to space and time rather than a byproduct of brain activity. Others propose that NDEs could be the result of complex neurological processes triggered by the dying brain. However, the consistency and vividness of these experiences, coupled with the fact that they often occur when brain activity is minimal or absent, make them difficult to dismiss as mere hallucinations. One of the most intriguing aspects of NDEs is the recurring theme of life reviews, where individuals report reliving significant moments from their lives with incredible clarity and emotional intensity. These life reviews often include not only major events, but also seemingly insignificant details such as forgotten childhood memories or fleeting interactions with others. Some individuals describe feeling the emotions of those they interacted with, gaining a profound understanding of the impact their actions had on others. This phenomenon suggests that consciousness, in its heightened state, may have access to a deeper level of awareness and interconnectedness that is not accessible in ordinary waking life. Another common element in NDEs is the encounter with a being of light or a presence that radiates unconditional love and acceptance. Many describe this being as a guide or a deceased loved one who communicates with them telepathically, offering reassurance and wisdom. These encounters often leave individuals with a lasting sense of peace and a transformed perspective on life, leading them to prioritize love, compassion, and meaningful relationships over material pursuits. Despite the transformative nature of these experiences, the scientific community remains divided on how to interpret them. Skeptics argue that NDEs can be explained by physiological and psychological factors, such as oxygen deprivation, the release of endorphins, or the brain's attempt to make sense of traumatic events. However, proponents of the consciousness survival hypothesis point to cases where individuals have reported verifiable details of events that occurred while they were clinically dead, such as accurately describing medical procedures or conversations that took place in another room. One particularly compelling case involved a woman named Pam Reynolds, who underwent a rare surgical procedure called a hypothermic cardiac arrest. During the procedure, her body temperature was lowered to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, her heart was stopped, and her brain activity was monitored to ensure complete silence. Despite being clinically dead, Reynolds later described vivid out-of-body experiences, including details of the surgical instruments used and conversations among the medical staff. Her account has been cited as evidence that consciousness may persist even in the absence of brain activity. As research in this field continues, scientists are exploring new ways to study NDEs and their implications. Some are using advanced neuroimaging techniques to monitor brain activity during cardiac arrest, while others are conducting large-scale surveys to gather more data on the prevalence and characteristics of NDEs. These efforts aim to shed light on the nature of consciousness and its relationship to the brain, potentially bridging the gap between science and spirituality. Ultimately, the study of near-death experiences invites us to expand our understanding of reality and consider the possibility that there may be more to existence than what we can perceive with our senses. Whether these experiences are glimpses of an afterlife, manifestations of the brain's final moments, or something beyond our current comprehension, they remind us of the profound mystery that surrounds life, death, and the nature of consciousness. As research in this field continues, it may one day provide answers to some of humanity's most enduring questions, or perhaps reveal even deeper mysteries waiting to be explored. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more inspiring stories.